Welcome to my health journey. My name is Karen, and if you're new to my channel, this channel is dedicated to inspiring others with the health journey that I started back in September 2021. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you and welcome back. It's been a few days since I've posted a video, but that's because we had company. So we had my sister-in-law and her husband here, and it was a wonderful visit. And I wanted to make sure I mentioned that even though I didn't post about the daily challenge that I gave you all for the month of May and beyond, we got out every single day. And it was for much more than just 30 minutes. But that's my challenge to you, hopefully to inspire you to get some sunshine, get some fresh air, and get some downtime for your brain. And we need a break from our schedules, from our responsibilities sometimes, and just breathe and soak in our surroundings and take time to relax our minds, right? Because that's all a part of our overall health, just as important. Okay, so anyway, that's what that challenge is about. Things have been going fantastic. Weather has been wonderful. It's very warm today. So if my face is a little red, that's because it's warm. It's like 90 degrees, but it's breezy. It's outdoors. So I decided to come out here and talk to you guys. So today I wanted to bring your attention to two videos that I've come across. One I came across, I think it was early last week, and then another one I came across just a couple days ago. The first one I want to talk about, I did take a little bit of notes just so I remembered, is a video from Mike Mutzel of High Intensity Health. I did not, hold on, I'll get the title for you. I am going to link it in the description so that you'll see. The title of this video is Fasting and Gut Health, Regeneration plus Stem Cell Production. It's about 18 minutes long, but it was fascinating to me because I've heard the term autophagy before. And basically it's your gut health, okay? And it's the process that happens when our cells regenerate and heal our gut. Or maybe that's part of it. Anyway, so he goes into a whole lot more detail that I'm going to go through with you. But I wanted to bring it to your attention because I really think it's worth watching. I think it's worth exploring this topic because I've learned gut health is so important for our overall health. Not only for weight loss, but for weight maintaining, for everything to just function normally in our bodies. Gut health is important. And I want to tell you that whenever I hear the word gut, I would think about my stomach. But it's not just our stomachs. I hit the table. It's not just our stomachs. It is our intestinal system as well, or bowels and all of that. And I know that we don't like to talk so much about that part, but it's all really, really important. And so he does a great job explaining how autophagy works. Our bodies are amazing. I mean, if there's anything I'm learning, it's that our bodies are just amazing when they function in a healthy way. And so that's why I just want to learn as much as I can, absorb as much as I can, because I am feeling so much better. I'm believing in this stuff because I feel like it's working. I'm still energy level is great. I think I'm going on 2 months not being on my thyroid medication. Energy is great. Better than it was when I was on the medication. Sleep is great. What else? because I think that I am exercising, and not just exercising, but building muscle, moving. And so I feel strong. I don't feel achy like I used to. Now, I will tell you, my sister-in-law and I went on a walk on the beach one of the mornings that they were here. And we just got talking and talking. And so by the end of it, we ended up walking, it was something like 3.74 miles or something like that. Yeah, and at a good pace too, until the very end, where my ankle and my knee started kind of screaming at me. They're not quite used to that yet. They're getting stronger. These are just older injuries that sometimes kick up and are still healing. And I'm able to do so much more now despite those old injuries. But that I had not pushed myself to that level yet. So it was good. It was good because I learned what I can do and how much more my body still needs to heal. And that's always a good thing, right? Information, it's always a good thing. So that's all I really wanted to say about that video from Mike Mutzel. I think it just makes more sense for you to go and listen to it yourself, because he does explain it so much better than I could from a biological standpoint. But I feel like I understand more about how my gut works. So I'm actually trying to fast longer, because intermittent fast, because that promotes autophagy, it kickstarts that process. And so I actually am trying to fast between 20 and 24 hours, intermittent fast between 20 and 24 hours. I think 16, 18 would be good too. It's just that the longer you can stay in that state of autophagy, the more your gut will heal. And it just depends on how much your gut needs to be healed. It's a continual process anyways, because apparently things like ibuprofen can damage the lining of your gut. And that means like the lining of your intestine, the outer lining. Food can do the same thing, certain foods, and that's why it's important to know what you're putting in your body. And again, he explains all of this. And so our bodies are always going through cell regeneration anyway. And so that's the healing process. So it's not like you should never take ibuprofen or anything like that, but just be mindful of what happens when you do, and then give your body time to heal from it. I just thought it was fascinating, and I wanted to share that with you because I think it's great information for all of us to have. All right. Okay, so the second video, I'm going to go into a little more depth on this one. This one is by Anthony Chafee, I think. I always want to say coffee because it's F-F-E-E. And I just think coffee. It's not. It's Chafee. And the title, and again, I'll link this one, is called Fiber, Constipation, and Diet. This one was very interesting to me because how many times have you heard that if you're constipated, it means you need more fiber, right? We have heard this for decades, and that you need fiber in your diet because it helps things to flow. Well, did you know, and this is not the first time I've heard this, and he's not the only one I've heard this from, and this is why I'm presenting it to you, because that's what I like to do. I don't like to just take one thing one person said and said, oh, that's it. I like to take what I've heard someone say and go, I need to see how prominent that is and how accurate that might be. And I'll take some time to hear if anybody else is talking about it and what they're saying. And so that is what's happened on this issue as far as whether or not we need fiber. So he just happens to have a really great video that I thought explained it really well. I don't agree with everything he says. He is what you call a pure carnivore. He only eats meat, salt, and water. That's it. And that's fine if that's what works for him. Personally, that wouldn't work for me. I shouldn't say that. I don't know if it would work. I didn't try it. I haven't tried it. I just don't feel the need to try that and go to that extreme with things. So, but he does. He's getting great results. He is a doctor. So anyway, he was talking about this topic of needing fiber. Okay. Couple of things, couple of notes I grabbed from his video. This one quote that he used, he says, "Those with IBF and other autoimmune issues with the gut, doctors recommend a low or no fiber diet to rest the gut. Fiber actually overworks your bowels." So here we are, people with disease, okay, issues with their gut, and the doctors are recommending low to no fiber. Yet we've heard for decades, if you're constipated, you need more fiber. You see what I'm saying? Their own system is contradicting itself. It just boggles my mind sometimes. Okay, so here's a thought. If fiber is supposed to clean you out, okay, I think he was talking about that. That's another belief, is that fiber cleans you out, right? So when you're constipated, you eat fiber. I guess it's supposed to soften the stool. I know, TMI, sorry. And then it cleans you out, right? Logically, that's what you would think if they're recommending a solution to constipation, right? So if fiber is supposed to clean you out and help things move through your bowel, like we've been told, why is it that when you are prepping for a colonoscopy, the things they tell you to eat and drink do not contain fiber? They don't tell you to go home and eat a lot of fiber. Not at all. So, according to Dr. Anthony, our bodies cannot absorb fiber. Yeah, I had to let that one sink in a little bit. Our bodies cannot absorb fiber. It has to come out. Yeah, I think that was pretty much all he said about that, was that, it has to come out. It does not get absorbed into our bodies. So it really doesn't do us any good. Apparently, he believes, Dr. Anthony believes that, I think he even said many millions of years ago, take that for what you will, our bodies used to need fiber, but as times have changed, things have changed, so we don't need it anymore. So think about that. So I wanted to share with you that we went to a Brazilian steakhouse for Mother's Day, and if you've never been to one, it's similar to a buffet style restaurant, only they come to your table with meat on these large skewers, and then they slice off a piece of steak for you if you want it. And there was chicken and pork as well, and they come as many times as you want them to come. Well, the next day I was sick. It was not good. It was not pretty. And now, after watching this video, I say now, I understand, because I ate too much fat. So he must have made the comment. What do you do when you're constipated, right? What do you do then if it's not fiber? It's fat. You need more fat. Fat is what softens the stool and is what makes everything pass through. That's why some people, when they first start the carnivore diet, they have diarrhea, because that's what it's doing. It's the fat that's cleaning you out. But too much of a good thing is still too much. And that's what happened. And that's what he said. If you find that you're having the opposite of constipation, back off the fat. Just come back off of it a little bit. And your system should regulate and balance itself out. And I can attest, that's what happened. I had too much fat. One of the cuts that I really enjoyed at that steakhouse was the top sirloin. Oh, it was so good. Cooked perfect, had its nice layer of fat over the top of it. I had probably 2-3 slices, maybe 4. So that on top of the other slices of steak and chicken I tried probably just pushed me over. It was too much. Now I know, and I won't be doing that again. But again, it's good to know. It's good things to know. So in conclusion, we really have to rethink things. We have to, folks. More and more studies are coming out to contradict what we've been told for decades about our diet, about what our bodies need, and yet we have an epidemic of obesity in America. So something's broken. Something's very, very broken. Dr. Anthony says, it doesn't matter how brilliant your theory is, and it doesn't matter how smart you are. If it doesn't agree with experiment, it's wrong. And I have to say, I agree. He claims that most studies saying fiber is good for us are based on supposition, and they are epidemiologically nonsense. Epidemiological nonsense. They're just not good studies, and he's not the first I've heard this from. And I don't know why this has taken so long to come to light, but it has come to light, and I can't ignore it anymore. I can't. The results I'm seeing from following these doctors, understanding the information they're giving me, treating my body differently, giving it healthier food, building muscle, making it stronger. It's just been amazing. So I can't ignore them anymore. I can't ignore it. He says there aren't any experimental controlled trials. And of course there aren't, because none of what I've done to get to the place where I'm even at today, health-wise, I've not had to pay any extra anything. No programs, no extra anything. It's all stuff I'm implementing on my own. I would eat anyway. I was exercising anyway. Now I'm just exercising a little differently and with a different focus. And so there's no money in it. There's no money in it. Pharmaceutical companies would get nothing. In fact, they would lose money because people would get off medications. That's what would happen. So that's why I think there's just not any good studies, unfortunately. So what do we need instead? I've already mentioned this, the animal fat. But I recommend, dang the dog. Sorry guys. I'm going to wrap this up anyway, but he's out. He's young, he's learning, he's being trained. Anyway, yeah, so if you're looking for studies to support, controlled studies that support this information, you're not going to find it, unfortunately, because like I said, it doesn't make money. It doesn't make anybody money. There's a community on YouTube and Rumble of those of us who have followed a healthier diet, and I hate to even use the word diet, but we all have a diet. We all have food we eat. So that's what I mean when I say diet. I don't mean any type of program. I just mean what you eat. And when you have in the forefront that what you're going to eat, what you're going to put in your body is going to help your body heal and perform at its optimum and become healthier and stronger, that changes your relationship with food. Dr. Sean Baker talks about this all the time. You need to change your relationship with food. And it's so true. You need to look at it more like, I'm eating this because it's going to help my body heal. It's going to help my body be stronger. And that doesn't mean, you can't have a dessert once in a while. It's just that majority of the time, that's the way we should be thinking when we think about what we're going to eat, what we're going to put in our bodies. And then, of course, the other element of that is exercise and building muscle and becoming stronger, because it's all part of it. Okay, so, and also don't forget what I mentioned in the very beginning, to rest your mind. Our minds need to rest. They need to have a break from constant responsibility and our attention being pulled in various different directions. There's times for that. Obviously, we still have responsibilities we have to take care of, but we need to build into our schedules on a daily basis to rest our minds and do things that will help us do that, to help promote that. And so I hope you will. I hope you join me and get outside for 30 minutes a day. Whether it's a walk around your neighborhood, a walk on the beach, which I hopefully will be doing tomorrow morning, and I will post that for you. Oh, I also wanted to mention one more thing. Backing way up to the beginning of the video when I talked about my sister-in-law being here and the walk we took on the beach. It was also very interesting having her here because she too has been on a health journey for years, much, much longer than I have. She approaches it a little differently than I do, but it was really good conversation that we had, because the bottom line that we find with health is to build muscle, strengthen your body, and then as far as a diet goes, to just try to eliminate as much sugar, carbs, and processed foods as you can. That's really the connecting vein for everybody, no matter what they choose to follow as far as specific foods that they eat. That vein of no carbs, no sugar, no processed food is continuing through, because it just damages our bodies. It just does. And so we have to be aware of that. And we need to do better, right? Which we can. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm getting very warm, if you can't tell by now. But it's great to be back. I'm glad you're here, and I hope to see you next time. Make sure you subscribe and like, and please comment. Let me know what you've been doing. It's been so long. But yeah, I'd love to interact through the comments, and then, post things here when we have good conversation. And again, it's just to inspire you. I've said this before. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional in any way. I'm just sharing my personal journey and what is working for me. And I just hope to inspire you to do the same. So that's it for now. I hope that you'll stay strong, be fit, be happy, and be healthy. See you next time.